Okay. Yeah. So Arpit, all yours. You can start. All right. So now we can all see the screen here, and so the changes that we've done. Mr. Sanjay, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. Now, the changes that we've done here in the panel is, if you can see in your sales, there is a new tab called B2B orders.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now the B2B orders are going to appear separately on Evanex. Just a second, I think the system, there's a net connectivity issue here.
So before this is in this drop down.
So now if you see in this particular screen, this only shows the B2B orders that you've received from Amazon. And there is a separate icon that we put, if you can see the icon here, which is the B2B icon.
Yes.
Just below. So these are specifically your B2B orders which are appearing in now. Now the next step that we will demonstrate is how do we sync in your MTR report directly from Amazon.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
normally up to 149%.
just give us a minute.
Basic design, basic brand.
Okay, so we've clicked on the sync button right now. Mr. Sanjay? Hello?
Yes.
Now all the invoice details pertaining to these specific orders with the GST number, etc., will get synced to the Evanex panel. Okay. Now what we've done is that in our own system we've created a temporary Tally company account.
Okay.
And I'm going to just show you how effectively these B2B orders are going to get synced into Tally.
Okay.
Okay, so
I just have a question over here.
yeah, please tell me.
So when you are doing sync, what is the date of orders will get synced? Like the range of the orders which will get.
So
How do you sync it? How many orders?
see, so it syncs from the last update. So in this case, I think it will
Okay.
yeah, from the last update, and because this is the MTR report sync, so it happens once in a month. So only for the month of September, this will get synced. Okay. Shall I move ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now, Arpit, can you open the Tally company, please? Yeah, so this is a new company that we created in Tally so that we didn't want to do it on your live Tally account. We wanted you to first have a look at this. And as you can see in Tally right now, there is zero entry. There is not even a single voucher in Tally. Right, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, now
Yeah, ma'am.
we are going to we are going to start syncing all your B2B orders. So Arpit, can you please initiate the Tally sync? All right. So this was in September, I think.
What are the different kind of data? First one is import sales. Apart from that,
Okay, I will tell you. So there are import sales and then you have import sales with SKU creation. So the way this works is some customers require, they are okay that our system will create the SKUs and Tally automatically. But in some cases, customers have already created their SKUs and Tally and then they need to map the sales entry in the same SKUs that they have created. So in case you want the system to create SKUs, then we sync.
okay, there is an option to create those listings.
Yes, absolutely. So you can map the ledgers, you can map the bank accounts, you can map the SKUs, you can map anything. So it is not necessary that Evanic will create all of them. So you have an option of doing both of that. Okay. Now if you see, so the orders have got imported. Can you just go back a bit to the list? Yes. Okay. Now, if you see, we will go to the GST report and see what is happening to the B2B invoices. Yeah, just generate the GST report.
Okay, so they have to see Evanic portal and the data will automatically flow into their Tally.
That's right. Now, okay, there is not even
And
okay, these are all B2C right now. I think because we selected the period 1st to 10th, so maybe between 1st to 10th there was no B2B. Let me maybe change the period and think for another date.
yeah, you can change the period and try again. Yeah, if you will get some, or like 11 to 2.
1 second.
का पोर्टल में ट्रैक होता ही है, लेकिन समहाउ लिंक टैली विद Evanic पोर्टल में चेंज होता ही टैली भी सिंक होता है। ये और भी में चल रहा है। That is what everyone does. In that case, that is the issue. Will not tell it. कर रहा है काम कर
So I've done some random experience of thing here. Now, okay, yeah. So if you can see, we've got one B2B invoice. Hello, can you hear me? Right, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. You can go ahead. I am looking
Now
at
if you
it.
see, this Tally has got 3 B2B invoices imported. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm watching it.
when we open this, you can see the details of these three B2B invoices with the GSTN number of the customer is also coming in. Okay?
So this is customer GSTN number.
That's right. This is customer GSTN number. I'm going to open this invoice now. So this is how the invoice looks like. Now, if you see, the details of the customer are coming in the overall dispatch details. Sanjay sir, is this okay with you? This is what you require or any?
Yeah, this is wonderful.
This is okay. So if you see, this is a B2B order and your customer details are coming, automatically you don't need to upload or download your MPR report now.
This is very good.
And the customer GST number is also coming in.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So just a question, Mayank, this left hand side state and GST is the GST, right?
Yeah, it's the customer GST.
Oh.
Okay?
In that receipt,
I'm sorry?
you just close and window.
So I can't hear you, Sai. Sorry, I missed what you're saying.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You just right in that window. There were two state and GSTIN numbers.
Yeah.
One was for customer. The another is for seller, which is like.
No, so the seller GSTN number is defined only once in Tally. So I'll show you where it is defined.
Okay.
So you don't.
Once in Tally and automatically it picks it up from there.
Yeah. So if you see here, you have to define the seller GST number one time here, which is already defined.
Okay.
Okay. And the impact of this can be seen in your. So I'd shown you the GSTR1 report where every seller needs to see the B2B and B2C details separately. And if you can see now, clearly the seller can see his B2B invoices and B2C invoices, both of them separately. And the other thing is that there is zero mismatch. There is no mismatch in terms of the B2B entry of the GST orders. Right?
How do you
Sorry?
How do you match? Like you are saying there is no mismatch, else
So
it will get tracked. Like how do you define what is mismatch?
So mismatch can happen on account of multiple things. The first thing is that if the GST number is incorrect. The second thing is that if the state is missing. The third could be possibly if the sales ledger that is being defined, let's say this is an interstate transaction between one state to the other state, but the ledger is going in the same state. So there can be multiple mismatches. And if there is any mismatch, Tally automatically points it out in this row that I've just highlighted, which says incomplete mismatch in information in brackets to be resolved. So as you can see here, there is zero mismatch. Okay?
Got it. Yes.
Yeah. So the other thing is that what Evanik does.
And
Yeah. So the GSTR report that we generate here, it goes on a state-wise and tax state-wise. So if you see that the GSTR report at a state level is also getting generated automatically. So there is nothing in terms of a manual intervention that the seller needs to do. So this I hope Mr. Sanjay is already aware of. So he's been a very old customer of ours.
okay, Mayank, so in this whole process, if the automatically and anything fails, what are the mechanism to go if there is any error?
Okay. So
Is there any manual process to?
So I'll tell you, the error gets displayed on the eVanic panel itself. So we've built a tool on eVanic which says tally to eVanic data matching. Okay. Now what this
Just
does
like
is,
doing update, you do a data matching.
correct. So this will give you a list of all the orders which have either successfully been imported into tally, or if there is any order which has not been imported. So if you see the ones that are green,
Mm-hmm.
these are all successful. If there is any red here, that means there is an error, and why the error is there also will get pointed out. So in this case, you can see all of them are green, and this can be also downloaded. The matching report on which orders have gone, which have not gone, can also get downloaded or exported into a CSV file.
Okay. Okay. So, Sanjay, I mentioned data which you have seen in Tally for B2B is all your requirements. So you are getting all which you will require for GST compliance, or still anything is pending which will.
I'm not able to get your voice clearly.
Hello, Sanjay. So I'm asking. So you have seen the Tally interface.
Yes.
Evanic data is flowing, and you are getting all the details. So does it complete requirement you will have, or still there is any pending data
No, this is perfect.
incorporated?
This is very good. This is
So is it anything now for you?
I'm sorry, I just lost your voice. I'm not able to get that.
So you don't have any behind it now currently,
Like
right?
your voice is breaking intermittently. It's coming and going.
Okay.
So maybe can you can also type your query on the chat box. You can click on the chat box and type your query.
Yeah, I'm just writing. Okay, Mank. So you can go ahead. So I get the confirmation from Sanjay whether it's incorporating all.
Okay, all right. So I think so Sanjay seems to be happy with this new feature, and he's mentioning that it will save his time and effort. Yeah, I think the biggest manual intervention which was required in eVanic is the seller emailing the MTR report to us. So while the seller is happy, we as a company are also very happy that we don't have to depend on the seller sending us an email every month and then my support team updating that manually into every seller's account.
Okay. I have a question on the data validity. Can you hear me, Mayank?
Yes, I can hear you.
There might be few cases where in this month or September month you got the MTR in October.
Right.
Few cases like few orders which are be from previous to September. How do you? Is this odd case scenario? Is handle it because you are giving a start date, end date every time.
Okay, so I'm asking Harsh to answer this question. Okay, so Harsh has just informed me. He's saying we only work on the the invoice date from the MTR report. So the only field that we refer is the invoice date and the invoice number from the MTR report. Does that answer your question? Right?
Yeah. So yes, that does answer my question. What I'm
Okay.
trying to understand as input, you are giving a start date, end date. So
Right.
if there are some records in the MTR which doesn't fall into end date,
If there are some records
like
which do not fall in the end date, okay?
then like do you have any notification? There are more records in your MTR which is not falling under this end date.
Um, so I still
Like
am not very clear on
mind,
this.
I'm just thinking
Yeah, give me an example. So if you can give me an example on this.
for this particular case.
Yes.
So 109/2018 to as
39
start date and
2000.
end date.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
The MTR, which is
Right.
not 19 to 39. If it is from like 30, which is not the appropriate case, but there might be some option,
No, how
one or
will that
two.
be? How will I'm not sure how will that be because we are taking the MTR report from the month beginning to the month end.
Actually, MTR will itself will have the monthly data
Yeah, yeah,
only.
yeah.
It
So
will
we
not.
are taking that entire month data.
Correct,
So
correct.
yeah, so there is no way that there can be any order which gets skipped.
It's right. There can be anything outside that rate range. I get your point.
Right.
Okay, fine. So
Okay. Yeah. So can
that
Syed, I will also want to take this opportunity to ask you a couple of more questions, and can I request Mr. Sanjay to lead this session? Hello?
I didn't get.
So I'm requesting Sanjay sir to lead this session, and I'll just continue with you for just a couple of minutes. Would that be okay?
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay sir.
Yes, Sanjay.
Okay, so Sanjay has left the session side. The team had a couple of questions on the APIs, and I have Arpit with me who's asking, is there an API for getting the commission invoice at product level? Have you understood my question?
API for I didn't get your question. Can you come again? Like your voice broke in between.
Okay, I'm just typing it here.
Yeah, can you type it? It will be easier. Is there any API for getting monthly level? Like monthly commission invoice,
Yeah, so every month there is a commission invoice which is emailed to the seller or it can also be downloaded and that's
which
in a
is
PDF.
directly commission invoice you can find in your the bifurcation of this, but that will not have the invoice numbers.
Where is that bifurcation thing?
In your settlement report you can find it, but still I will just make a note of with the internal team. Is there any plan going on to give this
Yeah, because
of the commission
because
invoice?
the commission invoice comes
Also
in
check the finance API. Okay, did you check the finance
finance API. Yes,
Yeah.
Harsh is saying
So
that he has
find a detailed bifurcation of the charges and fees order wise.
no, but that never matches with the commission amount. So I'll just type.
There are multiple reasons for the payment cycle. So probably commission break invoice amount. Mayank, it will be great example from any seller ID give me that I can follow it up with my internal team that there is a mismatch.
Okay, so Sayak, I will email the seller ID to you. I will just ask my team to provide you with the seller IDs. Sayak, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to ask my team to send you a couple of seller IDs where this mismatch is happening. Any other questions on API?
So in the mailer seller ID, the time frame for which you are looking into, and the exact details and commission you have tracked
Okay, got it.
from report and finance API.
Report and finance API. Okay. Okay.
Two version of it, right? Report is giving you a separate version, and finance a different calculation altogether. So it will be look into both the version and then find out where the mismatch is happening.
All right. So that's good. We will just do that, send the details. There is another question that we have which is not related to this one, but it's a different question. So I'm just typing it.
There is no API to raise a ticket currently. So
Okay, no.
there request like API to raise a ticket, API to register as an M. So those details are like those requirements are there. So we are doing things accordingly. Value of replacement order. Yes.
So this is, ideally.
So value of replacement order will be zero only because which went out that had some value related to it.
Yeah, but we always face the challenge when we are doing an accounting entry. So by default, Tally does not allow you to post a voucher which has got zero value.
So that's the only way, Mayank.
All right.
As an Amazon also, we need to create a difference between what is in Amazon.